It seems every 2 or 4 years, and I've been now 30 years in radio, I just started my 23rd year at Fox, that every 2 or 4 years, thank you,
good job.
Every 2 to 4 years, the Democrats will play the race card, and I resent it as a conservative, because they'll say, oh, their policies, they're racist, sexist, homophobic, xenophobic, Islamophobic, and meanwhile, their policies haven't helped the minority communities in America. Is there a way, from the federal government's perspective, that you can bring economic opportunity?
Totally. I mean, look.
And safety.
And that's what we've said. You look at what's happened in our inner cities. It's horrible what's going on in terms of the death, in terms of shooting. A woman gets up and she wants to go and walk and with her beautiful daughter, get a loaf of bread, and she ends up getting shot, or the daughter gets shot. And we can stop it. Don't forget, the Democrats have ruled the inner cities for 100 years. This is their rule. Very rarely do you have a Republican there, but this is their rule. That can be turned around. We can do so many things, but the Democrats have truly ruled. And when I was running, I would always say, what do you have to lose? I remember this came up out of nowhere. I'm reading the statistics of a certain inner city, which were terrible. Education is terrible. Crime rate is terrible. Every single element, economic development, jobs, everybody was unemployed. And I said, I'm saying, and I look at the audience, I say, what the hell do you have to lose? The place went crazy. And then I'd actually use it again and again, and we went up. And we're doing a good job. Ben Carson's doing a great job at HUD. He's got great heart. The Democrats rule the inner cities, and when I say, what do you have to lose, it's so bad that really the Republicans should be starting to do very well. But we're doing a good job, and we're stopping a lot of the crime.
And coming up, more of our exclusive interview with President Trump. Now we're going to ask him about North Korea and their aggression and what he plans to do with the Iranian nuclear deal and much more. Straight ahead. Welcome back to Hannity, and here's more of my exclusive interview with President Trump. Now, I asked him about the North Korean threat, the Iranian nuclear deal, and so much more. Take a look. There was a lot of coverage of your phrase, they would report it in the media, cryptic phrase, the calm before the storm. It seemed related to Rocket Man, his term. Kim Jong-un, in terms of him having ICBM capability, nuclear capability, firing missiles over Japan, our ally, threatening Guam, and potentially maybe being able to reach the United States, continental United States, with a nuclear weapon. At some point, this is going to come to a head. What was the calm before the storm?
We can't let this to go on. We just can't. Now, you can say what you want. This should have been handled 25 years ago. It should have been handled 20 years ago and 10 years ago and 5 years ago. It should have been handled by numerous, not just Obama, but certainly President Obama should have taken care of it. Now it's at a point where it's very, very far advanced. Something has to be done. We can't allow this to happen. Now, China's been very helpful, I think, who knows? They seem to be very helpful. They cut off banking to North Korea. That's something they've never done before. They've cut way down on the fuel, a lot of other things. We're going to see what happens. But we cannot allow this to happen. This should have been taken care of long ago. Clinton gave them billions of dollars, gave them lots of other things, and before the contract, the ink was dry on the contract, they were already starting again with the missiles and with the nuclear, frankly. So we are in a position, look, we're very strong. I'm building up the military like nobody's ever seen. We're close to $800 billion in spending. Sean, I don't know if you know, but the military, our military was totally, really depleted. You look around and you see what's going on. You take a look at what we're buying right now with the jet fighters and all of the equipment we're buying. And, it's two things, really. It is jobs, and that's far less important. But we build the greatest military equipment in the world. We have missiles that can knock out a missile in the air 97% of the time. And if you send 2 of them, it's going to get knocked out.
Is it fair to say if he keeps firing missiles, that's going to end?
Well, I don't want to say anything. I don't want to say anything.
You don't want to
I'm just
telegraph.
telling you, I don't want to talk about it because, you know, all these people, they talk.